Maybe that I'm constantly stressed and I don't know how to de-stress myself. Like being on my phone, I think is not giving me stress. I have an Oura ring that tells me I am stressed.
In the evening, the cortisol should be going down. And if it's not going down, you're having a situation where you feel like tired, but your brain still feels wired. And because it still continues to feel wired, you keep on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And you think, oh, let me just one more scroll. And then after that, one more scroll. I have realized that relaxing is a habit that must be repeated, that must be learned, especially for high-strung, type A, high achievers.
Get ready for the next iteration of you on your path to becoming wealthy. On this show, you'll get the insider's view on wealth creation, the class none of us got taught in school, with my co-host, daughter, and beginning investor, Sophia Bosch. And now, let's get started.
Welcome to the Becoming Wealthy podcast. I'm your host, Sophia Bosch, and I'm here with my co-host,
Mama Bosch.
And today we're talking a little bit about stress.
So tell me, what do you want to talk about stress? Because I've had plenty in my life.
Maybe that I'm constantly stressed and I don't know how to de-stress myself.
Okay. Do you actually feel stressed? Well, if you have the perception of feeling stressed, then you're stressed. You're probably stressed.
Well, even but when I'm not, when I feel like I'm not stressed, or I feel like, or I'm doing something like being on my phone that I think is not giving me stress, I have an Oura ring that tells me I am stressed.
So let's start there. So the Oura ring has been telling you that during the day you have peaks of stress that then go down, it's a steady.
It's a pretty much a
steady line.
A steady line all the way at the top of the graph.
All the way at the top of the graph. Okay, so then let's break this down. You said that you sometimes, in order to relieve stress, will sometimes, or out of boredom, will go into social media and start scrolling. Mm-hmm. So scrolling can feel, because it's somewhat passive information coming into your brain, could feel like, okay, I'm relaxing. But in truth, you really, I see it.
It's never restored and it's rarely ever relaxed.
Yeah. So I think part of it.
This was the.
Oh my God! You're always
only at the top.
On the top for the entire day. I think it might have to do with, number one, some scrolling that has become habitual. Basically, how long can you go in terms of time, like 10, 15, 20 minutes without getting a quick dopamine hit from going into social media?
Maybe half an hour, maybe an hour.
Oh, so you can be without the phone without?
I think so.
For half an hour,
It depends what I'm doing.
Or is that causing you stress because you haven't gotten the dopamine hit?
I don't know.
It's something perhaps to watch out and not just think about, but start kind of like observing yourself.
But I feel like it depends what I'm doing during the day.
Okay.
Like, if I'm bored in class, maybe I'll open up an Instagram.
Yeah, because I wanna explain something that I've known now due to all the hormonal havoc that I have been going through as a result of menopause, and so on and so forth. And what I do know is that regardless of whether you're in menopause or not, like all humans, in the morning, you wake up and there's basically a peak of cortisol, which is a hormone that kind of like gives you alertness and keeps you kind of like on your toes. So you wake up and that basically peak is the one that helps you eventually, stop hitting the snooze button. You got to go look at it. It's time. I'm now late. I need to still have my commute to school or to work. And basically that hormone peaks in the morning and then eventually starts coming back down. And if you, for example, ingest a carb loaded meal or sugar or so, usually that...
Your body becomes stressed?
No, your body actually... that cortisol level drops down. So that's why I was asking, like, what are you doing in school? Are you scrolling? Maybe what are you eating? What are you snacking on? Are you snacking on chips? Are you,
wait, I'm confused. So the cortisol is good?
The cortisol is good in that it gets us going in the morning. But eventually, for example,
and
during
if you
the
have
day,
carbs, it goes back up?
No, it goes back down. But
So
also
carbs are good for you.
no, yeah, technically, good carbs would be good for you. But also, basically, scrolling will also bring the cortisol back up. Like, so I was giving you an example of, for example, a food that would bring the cortisol down, but it's not necessarily good for you, to eat chips or to eat sugary drinks. Just like this is also not necessarily good for you because actually it makes the cortisol spike again. And as a matter of fact, in the evening, the cortisol should be going down. And if it's not going down, you're having a situation where you feel tired, but your brain still feels wired, and because it still continues to feel wired, you keep on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And you think, oh, let me just one more scroll. And then after that, one more scroll. And one more scroll and one more scroll.
I've gotten into that.
Yeah. And
gone down that rabbit hole a few times.
I think one of the things to think about is, or to pay attention is, how long are you spending on the phone, basically, or how long are you spending without getting a dopamine hit of the phone, because that will spike your cortisol. Because it's also giving you a
But how are you supposed to do that, for argument's sake, if my generation, our whole life is on that?
No, life is actually outside.
I understand that, but our communication with each other, everything, you constantly want to be on your phone because you want to communicate with your friends, for example.
I know, but when you come out of one class and go to another class, do you ever meet other people?
Yes, constantly.
Is everyone like this when you're in between classes, or people?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Depends.
So, because I would say perhaps make it a point right now in the last 2 months of school that instead of reaching for the phone the moment, the class is over, to keep the phone in the backpack and actually talk to the other human next to you or that you're passing by.
That.
Okay, wonderful. So that's good to know. Another thing to do, I would say, is I know we've had high expectations for you, and perhaps those high expectations have cost you some stress. But at this point, you know that you're already going to college. Mm-hmm. You had actually, yesterday was, I would say, the end of a chapter of service, of working really, really hard outside of school, volunteering for Blood Cancer United. That chapter has ended. Last week also, you had chemistry almost final, God. Math almost final. Both were good grades. So
yeah, but they were, oh my God. That was the day I showed you. That was just at the top.
But those days are basically all of those high expectations and high goals that you wanted to achieve are done. And now you have basically 2 months left of high school that I think you should enjoy.
I understand that, but then there's also the stress. There's constantly, I don't know how to not be stressed, because then my brain just jumps to the next thing. Sure, I am enjoying. I'm having so much fun in my last few months as a senior, but now I can only think about, oh, what's it going to be like in college? I need to find a roommate, which I just found one. Oh, I need to sign up for the housing thing. I need this, figure out my life for college. All of the lists of things that we have to buy, everything. It's just one thing after another, and it never stops.
It never stops. Basically, your mind is constantly looking for the next thing to worry about, or the next possible tragedy and catastrophe. And I think that comes from, I would say, I'm going to take a little bit of the blame there, from maybe us mirroring for you a survival mode of, okay, we must succeed. We need to succeed. We cannot not succeed, in whatever it is that we were doing. And you seeing that.
I have that. Yes. But I also know that for example, in school wise, for tests and grades, whatever, I know I have so much confidence. It's not ego, but I've proven to myself over and over and over again that I can get the good grades. So there's no possible there's no possible version of the future where I don't get, or where I can't even fathom it. Okay. I can't. So I know myself, and I know I can work hard to get there, and I always do. I've proven to myself over and over again that I can do it, and it's...
So then rest in the strength of that confidence of knowing that you can do it.
But in order to keep up that confidence, to get there, I work so hard.
Okay, so this is I think what is going to be helpful for you, because I think this is what has helped me a lot. Basically, you're a peak performer, high achiever, and type A, anything less than the best or being a class act.
I don't know if I'm type A because I'm not organized.
Believe me, you are. You don't have to be organized in order to be type A.
Okay.
Absolutely. But so what has helped me a lot is finding things, activities that I absolutely love to engage in that are completely outside the realm of business, of work, of anything career related, of anything investing related, of anything money making related, and, I know you've seen me go out on, silent retreats, meditations, practicing meditation here quite a bit at home,
even
going on walks. Daisy is going to be enlightened one day because she does so many meditations with me.
Yeah.
But she also runs the company. She's also in company meetings. So maybe she needs some meditations because she's in those meetings constantly. Anyways, but my point that I'm trying to get across is, what I have found is walks in nature, meditation,
need to take advantage of the Arizona hikes then.
Listening to amazing Latin music and taking moments and breaks during my day to dance basically, and just get up there and like do some salsa or some merengue or, something like that distracts me, or just listening to good music that I absolutely love and that I used to, by the way, in the 90s, have to write out the lyrics. And I had a little boombox. Never mind. This is a tangent, but I had a little boombox, and if I wanted to learn the lyric of a song, I would basically hit play and then listen to the phrase, pause, write it out. I know, quite a concept. Hit play again, keep on going with the next. If I didn't catch one word because it was in English and I didn't understand that word, I had to rewind like 3 times to see if I could catch the word. In any case, so I have found things. Now you don't need to do this. See, you just go on Spotify and the lyrics are right there. But what I'm trying to say is I have found things that I love. And I know that you have in the past had things like that you have loved. You used to do, rock climbing, where all you had was, the wall, the ropes, the harness, and the different rocks and the obstacles. And all you could do was focus on where it was going to be next. Basically, you need to look for activities like that you absolutely love, that give you a respite, a rest, a pause from the normal things that you're doing. So maybe right now we could identify a few things that you could do, on a daily basis. What are some things that you can do on a daily basis that you love to do?
I like hanging out with my friends.
Okay. So maybe a coffee after school.
Yeah, which I've been doing more.
Okay, wonderful. What's another thing?
I've wanted to get back into like painting.
Okay.
And with my sound design class, I right now downloaded the software.
Okay.
So I've been playing around with that.
Wonderful. I love that. Okay. What's another? We have 3 so far.
Honestly, that's stressful. I'm like, at some point, I'm like, I can't do this. And
Okay. So let's bring it down to 2. So then you have the coffees. And what was the other thing? The painting. What's the third thing that you could do?
I do go boxing.
Okay.
Go boxing more often.
Or
to I've been going to strength Pilates.
Okay. So which
is fun. Oh my God, they kill me, and I can't think of anything else other than how do I get my leg to stop shaking?
Okay, so Pilates is another thing. Now, those are things, the coffee, the Pilates, the boxing, the painting are things that you are doing after school. But during school, you have a from 8 a.m. or 7:55 when the school starts, all the way to 3 when you come out. What could you be doing there in between? Because we just looked at your aura stats and it was like a constant on stress mode. What are some things that you could do basically either in between classes or during your break?
My friends and I have been taking a walk.
Okay.
Like after lunch, after we eat,
okay,
we take a walk. Or if I can't be in school, because we have senior privileges, I hop in the car, we go get lunch. Or even if I have my lunch, I'll still hop in the car just to get off of campus, to get away from that area and just spend some time in the car, sing in the car,
Okay.
fun stuff.
Okay.
So I've been trying.
Okay. So there are some things. So I think now it's a matter of not leaving it to chance, but creating a little bit of a little structured or rhythm of success where, okay, let me book myself ahead of time 2 days a week for boxing, maybe 1 day a week for Pilates. And let me make sure that for the next 3 weeks ahead of, that I ask my, you have 3-4 girlfriends that you absolutely love. And you can say, hey, do you want to go on this Wednesday, for coffee after school? Yeah. And maybe with the next girl the following Wednesday. And you don't leave it to chance, but you basically right now until your body gets used to, going from those peaks of stress to relaxation, you basically program it so that you can create a habit of learning how to relax and how to not stress out about things. Because really, I have realized that relaxing is a habit that must be repeated, that must be learned, especially for high-strung type A high achievers. I'm no kidding.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. So, was that of any help?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So maybe we're on our way to being more chill and more relaxed?
Yeah, I'm about to go on a trip. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, senior trip. No. So there you go. So in the next week or so, it's going to be pure chillaxing relaxation. And see, you're already considering jet lag. You're already considering all the things that you have to do.
All the itinerary that they set up is like, one thing after another, I'm going to be dead.
I know, but at the same time, it's doing things that you're not doing on a daily basis. You're in a completely new environment and you're having to figure out things in a new environment, which gives you more confidence. And I know from the teacher that she's going to actually restrict the phone times because she wants you guys to really take in and soak in friends and soak in the company that you have within each other. That. Yeah. Okay. So then there you go. You're on your way.
Well, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you share it with the person that you love. We appreciate you tuning in on each episode and on to the next.
Yeah. See you on the next one. Thank you.